Science is all around us. Our society depends on science, and I think it's very important, and it really interests me, and it's really fascinating to solve problems and to help the society.
Events like this, where you get into a room large numbers of school children from different schools, they bounce off each other, the spark flies around. It's tremendously important. In fact, as I was sitting there, I think that around Europe we should do a lot more of these. And I think that the benefit, hard to measure, but absolutely, in my estimate, enormously high.
Well, I was trying to capture a new audience. Young people, adults, business leaders, people in commerce, politicians, all who should have ownership of this project, but all who in dispersed ways didn't focus together in it. And I felt the only way we could do it was to have a focused week, a European week, with diverse and different areas: education, science, business, commerce, politics. We have a huge turnout from all the European institutions in Ireland. We've had a huge range of speakers who are Eurocrats of the highest order of professional expertise, who have delivered and who have achieved. And I think bringing all those together gives a clear message that Ireland is Europe, that Europe is Ireland, and that our future is intertwined in Europe.
Well, I was very excited about it because there was no such competition anywhere in the world, in fact. And I thought this was an opportunity to give 16-year-olds something to do just before they make the final decision: will I continue with science or will I not continue with science?
We get to integrate with all people from different countries in Europe, and we get to experience different cultures and different languages, and we get to work together on a team and cooperate with bringing together the physics and biology and chemistry.
It gives us an opportunity to bring together students from the 25 countries in one place. They have a common language, which is science. They have a common interest in the fact that they are all young. And when they were presented with the test initially, they were all very excited about it.
Here we have young minds who are looking themselves to question, to get answers, to be part of the decision-making process, and who want to ensure that they know exactly what the conclusions should be, that they're able to examine and analyse those answers for themselves, make up their own minds, and then find their own way in the great modern Europe that the European Union is. And I'm very happy with that. We decided in 2001 that Ireland was lagging behind in the whole science area, and we created the European Union Science Olympiad as Ireland's contribution to creating a competitive edge for young Irish students and to European students, so that not alone could they be successful academically at their time, but that they could also compete internationally and academically, and ultimately create the jobs that we need to sustain economic growth in Europe.
I had been going to international science competitions for 13 years with Irish students. And I discovered that, first of all, they were concentrating solely on one subject each time, like biology, chemistry, physics, computer programming or mathematics. I decided that I would come up with a new competition. And first of all, I wanted it to be a team event. I didn't want to have individual students solving biology problems. I wanted them to be faced with a science problem, something like pollution, that involves biology, chemistry and physics. Something that they could all work together on and solve the problem.
The test was about a water quality experiment. It was about a city who wasn't confident with their water quality.
Bhíar an bhaimach an raibh na samplaí seo isce nó isce mara agus an raibh siad truaithe ag chemicí ortha. Rinne duine amháin an fhadhb physica, duine eile an fhadhb chemica agus an duine eile an fhadhb beholíochtaí.
We were given 3 water samples, and we had to do biological and chemical and physical tests to determine whether they were salty water or fresh water, and what type of bacteria they had in them, so if they had E. coli or other types of bacteria.
It's very nice to work in a team and solving practical problems together, and both the physics and the chemistry and the biology sides of a problem.
We wanted this competition to be a science competition involving all the sciences, and I think that has been the success of it.
It's been a tremendously successful week. It's been fantastic from a student's point of view. It's been brilliant for all of us here in Galway to have a whole group of students from across Europe working in teams on such significant scientific research.
I think it's a very good Olympiad because it's very good to learn how to be practical with science. At school it's most of the time theoretical, and I really like the practical exercises.
A Science Olympiad is a very good idea because it gives us the opportunity to meet students from other countries and to solve problems together. I think it's a really good idea. We get to integrate with all people from different countries in Europe, and we get to experience different cultures and different languages.
It's very interesting to discover such a beautiful land as Ireland, and to meet people from plenty of other countries, and to discover new things about science.
Well, it's been a great success from my point of view, and all the scientists, we really had a great time. We really enjoyed correcting the students' work, enjoyed observing them in the laboratories. It's quite a unique occasion to bring so many countries together in so many different languages. It really is exciting to see the students studying the tasks and speaking 11 different languages from 10 different countries. It really is unique.
It is with this motivation in mind that I decided to undertake a dedicated week in Galway that would focus on the entire European experience. We scarcely would have thought that such a truly memorable week could become a reality. Since Sunday last, it is no exaggeration to say that the focus of Europe has been on Galway. 150 students and their mentors from Europe being locked in mortal combat, culminating in the presentation of medals here this evening.
It's interesting that all over Europe we're putting a huge increase in the amount we're spending on research. It's going to be a lot of jobs in Europe for researchers. Actually, there's a scarcity of researchers in Europe. Many schools in Europe have never conveyed that message, that there are actually going to be good, exciting jobs in areas where the spark has been ignited, where the kids are excited, that there's also a career prospect ahead of them.
Gold medals go to Germany, Team B. And the top team achieving the highest number of marks is Slovakia, Team A.
Well, one couldn't but be impressed tonight. Absolutely delighted. I feel a much better European. I'm so proud that a young country, after joining the Union just a year ago, Slovakia, becomes the Olympic champion scientists of Europe. I mean, the new and the old, linking the lot together here in the western periphery of the European Union. This has been a truly memorable week in Galway.